morning's here.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. Tony, you can put up your smiley little guy. I liked him.
Oh, my smiley guy. My keep my fidgeting off screen toy. Yes.
There you go. Well, I have a under desk elliptical now, so if you hear weird noises or I'm bouncing at all, that's because I can't help but sit here and pedal. Anyway, happy Monday, happy holiday. I don't know if it's a happy holiday. I don't know. We're all working, but thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle. I'm the editorial director for Laughing Place, and joining me today is Tony once again. Hi, Tony.
Hello. How is everybody?
Everyone's good. Let's say hi, some hellos before we really jump into this in earnest.
Fred, top of the morning to you. Geo looks like a new era of morning show. Is that because I'm here? I think that's the only thing.
Maybe. Doobie thought he might return on Thursday, but I was doing some math, and I don't think he'll be returning to at least Friday.
Jeannie plus says, good morning. Hope our week is off to a great start. I'd like to shout out Fred Ramirez for being the only other person besides me who watches MeTV. Caught Arachnophobia on Saturday night.
Nice. And then did you also watch Arachnophobia on MeTV?
No, but I usually watch MeTV late at night because it has the Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
So. Okay. See, I think that's a digital channel, so I probably could get that, but we usually watch like Pluto and things like that instead. Anyway, we're going to get started with this episode the way we start every episode. When we last checked in on the Disney stock, it was at 111.10. Let's check it this morning. As I refresh, wow, 110.54, which is down from the last time we checked it, but up on the day. Perhaps that'll have something to do with the first story we're about to talk about as soon as I update my sheet here. All right. We are ready. Let me go back to that screen. It's hard managing this all by myself. Can I just say that? And if you're wondering about Gio's comment earlier about eras, well, we got some big news that apparently moved the stock market. I got alerts from at least a couple of my different brokerage apps telling me that the stock was moving higher because of this. So, Tony, what's this?
Also, Gio thought he saw Taylor returning and thought you had a huge get for a guest host today, but no, it's just me again.
No, we're not New Heights, unfortunately.
There is more Taylor Swift coming to Disney Plus later this year. On the heels of her most recent album. Help me out, Kyle. Tales of a Showgirl? That's wrong.
The Life of a Showgirl.
Life of a Showgirl.
Which is not included. She made during this.
Yes. So this is not. I was thrown off by this too. I thought it had something to do with the Life of a Showgirl, but no, it's more of the Eras tour. We have learned that there's a new docuseries, a 6-part docuseries with 2 episodes airing each week starting December 12th that looks at the last leg of the Eras tour. And then there is the final concert film of that final performance in Vancouver that will also arrive on Disney Plus on December 12th.
Yeah, so there's the Taylor's version of the Eras Tour concert film, which is the one that played in theaters. That's already on Disney Plus. But if you'll recall, in between, somewhere along the thing, I think before she went over to the European leg, she released the Tortured Poets Department.
Yes.
So this concert film will include stuff from that era that was not in the other Eras film, and then the documentary will cover the entire experience, and also presumably maybe a little bit of the creation of Life of Showgirl, since she apparently made that in Sweden on like in between weekends of her European shows. I don't know.
See, and here I thought the difference between Taylor's version, the first concert, and this one is that Scooter Braun is somehow involved with the final performance. So.
Oh, no, she's trying. Scooter Braun must have bought the original film, so she had to remake.
Got it. That's what it was.
Yeah. But she got that all back now. So now you can watch either one you want.
Stephen points out that Vancouver is a very popular place to either start or finish a tour.
Makes sense. It's on the West Coast or on a coast. So, yeah, makes sense.
Well, also, that one will do gangbusters and, as Doobie would say, boffo at the box office if it were theatrical, I'm sure. But something that is not doing boffo is Tron Ares.
Who could have predicted this?
Who could have predicted that? I'm a big fan of Tron, and I want to see it. And there's a meme or a reel that has perpetually filled up my feed over the weekend. And it's like, as a Tron fan, I want to go to the movie, but Jared Leto. And that's the recurring theme that is stopping folks. But yeah, the Tron Ares opened across 4,000 theaters, but only garnered 33.5 million over the weekend, about 10 million shy of a projected opening somewhere between 40 and 45 million. So
I did see that the
Tron
opening day for this movie was lower than the opening day of Morbius.
So yeah.
So it's funny. Like this movie,
what's the common denominator?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's why it's a comparison, Tony.
Yep.
But like this movie was in the works for so long.
Yep.
And they were like, I don't think we're gonna do it. Oh, I guess we're gonna do it. Maybe you shouldn't have done it. You knew.
Yep.
Deep down, you knew.
I keep going back to when the Blu-ray came out for Tron Legacy. It had like an 8-minute short film kind of teaser for the third movie. And we never hit upon that. And my favorite review that I saw so far, it was a social review. It was basically just said, needs more Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde. And I was like, yep, because I want to see that story. I don't need a start of a new set. So we'll see.
Well, in some interesting news, Walt Disney World President Jeff Vahle has been, what's the word? Not nominated, but appointed to be a part of the UCF, University of Central Florida, Board of Trustees. He is also already on the Board of Trustees for Rollins College and the Florida Council of 100. And he previously had a seat on the Board of Directors at Give Kids the World. And he will need to get approved or confirmed by the Florida Senate in order to take this position. But it seems that will happen. So yeah, interesting that he will be on the board for the local Florida football team, which did not just the football team. But I think of the football team because they beat Belichick's UNC, and the weirdest Disney media event that I've been sent to, and I've been sent to some weird ones, was there was a parade for UCF at Magic Kingdom. Mm. They were just calling themselves national champions because they were undefeated. And I guess they won a bowl game against a team that beat somebody else that wasn't the national champion. So they just decided that they were national.
So it was the transitive property national champions.
Yeah. And then Disney did not call them the national champions. They were just celebrating a great season. But yeah, it was just this weird thing. Like, oh, in college football, you could just say you're the champion and everyone's like, all right, sure. So yeah, that was a weird event.
Going back to Tron real quick, Gio thinks it's time to reboot the black hole. And then if they really want to crush that at the box office. So.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, while all of that was happening with Tron, we were at, or not we, but Alex was at New York Comic-Con in New York City, and there was lots of Marvel television news, starting with the fact that we got confirmation of VisionQuest. It's coming in 2026 to Disney Plus. They got to see a work in progress trailer that was not released online, but it showed Jarvis, Friday, and other AI allies of Visions, and it showed a psychologist played by James Spader, who people will know voiced Ultron in Age of Ultron. So that's an interesting connection there. And also showed Vision's son, Tommy, from WandaVision. This is also billed as like the conclusion of a trilogy that started with WandaVision, presumably continued with Agatha All Along, and now on to VisionQuest. So that is coming next year.
Was Tommy the one in Agatha All Along?
I think that's Billy. Tommy's the other one.
Okay.
They are twins. But yeah, I think that's a good point. I think Billy is Wiccan, who we saw in Agatha All Along, and Tommy is Speed? I don't know. You think I know. Mike Mack, where are you? Gio or Fred will probably correct me anyway. We also got a full trailer for Wonder Man. This one was released online. They gave us a little teaser on Friday and then dropped the full thing on Saturday. So this is going to be arriving. We have a release date for this, January 27th at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's 8 episodes in total. And Sir Ben Kingsley is back for this. It looks like there's some meta commentary on superhero movies involved. And it seems to stray pretty far from what Wonder Man is. So you could, we'll talk about it in a bit. But Mike Mack, who I just mentioned, does have a little piece on that. And continuing our Marvel Television-a-thon, Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 is coming fall 2026. This was the animated series. Not really kid skewing. It was not adult either. It was just kind of, that PG-13. This will be returning. We know that Charlie Cox is going to be voicing Daredevil for this. And pretty cool. I never finished the first season, although I've liked what I watched. So it's one of those things that I keep meaning to go back to and just haven't yet. And continuing the news in the animation field, summer 2026, we're getting another season of X-Men 97. We knew that this was in the works. This wasn't a surprise, but coming next summer. Lots of Marvel. I bemoaned recently. It seemed like Marvel animation was just kind of dying, like the way that they released Zombies and Eyes of Wakanda felt at the time before release. It felt kind of like they were just shoving it out there. I will say they have continued to promote Zombies quite a bit, at least on social media. So maybe it's not dead. I forgot about these two projects that were still in the works. But now we're going to go ahead, Tony.
I was going to say, I'm going to jump on this because I meant to take this one from you earlier, but I forgot to put my name on it. Okay. Give you a little break after all that NYCC stuff. There's something filming across the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, at Disney's Aulani Resort, a spa in Ko'olina, Hawaii. But we don't know specifically what it is, but we have a pretty strong feeling it's going to be American Idol. January 25th to 31st, those who have booked are being notified that there will be some kind of filming going on at that point in time. And the time frame is right, and it lines up pretty much with American Idol. So
it's interesting because they've filmed there several years in a row. I don't recall seeing one of these notifications. So maybe they got some guest feedback that they really need to be communicating these sort of closures and things that are going to be affected by filming. I've seen Reddit threads dedicated to what's it like when American Idol's there because, this is closed. So that's my best guess. Again, we don't know for sure, but we do know that something, I forget exactly how they worded it, a national television production will be shooting from January 25th through the 31st.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that it was television. Otherwise, I would have made some quips about it being Lilo and Stitch 2 because that was announced, and we got to love that's our synergy. But that's on television. In your ears, you could hear a new song that'll be heard on the big screen coming out in... What are you laughing at?
That's television. This is in your ears.
Yeah. Okay. The new anthem from Zootopia 2, which is called Zoo, is now streaming on most major streaming platforms, and it's once again Shakira as Gazelle, the pop sensation in the Zootopia universe, taking over the song once again. And it's got a very catchy hook to it. Have you heard it?
I have not yet, aside from the little bit that was in whatever teaser trailer they released not long ago.
There's of course lyrics to it, and it's probably gonna start popping up like Try Everything did with the first movie. But there's a hook to it that kind of goes zoo, something like that. But yeah,
I was close.
Yeah, you were very close.
It's not quite the
Toyota commercial I wanted that with the zoom, but yes,
it's not Toyota. I think it's Mazda.
It is Mazda, I think. Yeah.
Zoo.
A little kid whispering.
Tony and I are the same age. You can tell.
Yes.
And from maybe the song could go zoo zoo ooh la la, but that's a different song. And Lady Gaga is apparently going to be performing in Devil Wears Prada 2. We just learned this. I don't know what role I don't know if she's playing herself, but she will join other stars Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci, who are all reprising the roles from the 2006 one. Gaga was not in the 2006 one because she was not famous yet. That movie is coming out.
That's about when she became famous, wasn't it? Or was it after?
I think she came out after that.
Okay.
I don't know how much. I want to say like 2009 is Gaga era or peak Gaga. Maybe 2008 was the fame.
I would go 8, but yeah.
We need a fact checker on the show. Can someone Google what year The Fame by Lady Gaga came out?
When I'm on the show, Al doesn't help out. So
that is a good point, unfortunately. But yeah, so Lady Gaga, looking forward to that. This will be her follow-up to Fully Adieu. So we're all excited about
Al says 2008. following the release of her debut album, the fame and success of singles like Just Dance and Poker Face.
I think the Fame Monster is my favorite. So like the Fame plus the Fame Monster, as they sold it, is quality. But she's had some other good ones. Her latest one's okay. Anyway, dinosaurs.
So can I make a moratorium for all of our staff to stop saying extinct, because I think we've beaten that one down for a while.
Well, luckily it'll soon be dead because everything will be gone. But yeah, at least I put a moratorium on saying materialized for Haunted Mansion. I say as I wait for this video to materialize.
Yes. To coming soon to laughingplace.com. Now, there are 2 snack stands in DinoLand USA at Animal Kingdom that are set to close later this month, about 4 months ahead of the rest of DinoLand on October 20th. And those are Dino Bite Snacks and Trilo Bites, the latter of which is open pretty often. But Dino Bite Snacks, I feel like you have to be in like a 4-hour window to actually see that restaurant open.
It's the Tortuga whatever.
Yeah, the Tortuga Tavern. Yeah, this was long before they even announced Tropical Americas, that I felt like you only had that 4-hour window to go there, because it's right next to Restaurantosaurus, so it's an easy, like, we don't have the staffing or something.
Remember when Tomorrowland Terrace at Magic Kingdom was that, where it was like never open, and now I feel like it's pretty standard, right?
For the dessert parties and stuff, yeah. But yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah,
changes are
October 20th. If you really want that ice cream or buffalo wing nuggets or whatever they have at Trilo Bites, yeah, now's your chance. You should make variants different. Like, will Hotel Transylvania be on it?
Yeah. Well, why haven't they made an Ice Age Halloween special? That's the real question. Anyway, we're going to check out the Disney Plus Top 10 as it is Monday. This is on the TV 14 settings. The original Hocus Pocus in number 1. I guess people don't want to watch it on just Freeform.
Yep.
Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus 2, 911 Nashville, which just debuted, new entry in the franchise there. And that's Robin, I think, right?
I don't know.
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, yes.
Hotel Transylvania 2, Haunted Mansion 2023, Halloween Town 2, Tron Legacy. More people seeing this on Disney Plus than are watching the sequel in theaters, and the 2003 Haunted Mansion. And it pretends like I watched it. I didn't actually watch that special look. Well, let me tell you right now that somehow Around LP turned into the longest segment on the show today. But we're going to start with this. The past couple of weeks we actually did it a long time ago. We stopped, we brought it back, a series called In Case You Missed It, just kind of highlighting some of the news over the past week, both big news and stuff that you might have missed, hence the name. But this week I decided to try something a little bit different, and I turned it into a news quiz where you answer all these questions, and then you'll learn a little bit more about each story, whether you got it right or wrong. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So please go play it, and so that I have motivation to do it again. Because otherwise, if nobody does it, then I'm just going to stop and take my Sunday and relax. So please check that out over on Laughing Place, and let me know if you enjoy it, because I sure hope you do.
It's almost like yes, it's a quiz, but I mean like a high school kind of quiz. Like, were you paying attention all week? All right.
Well, it's inspired, like, there's Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR, where that's a news quiz at its core. Same thing with I've been a big fan of Have I Got News for You on CNN. That's fun. And then I think CNN itself also has like a news quiz online. So anyway, but while I was creating this news quiz, Tony,
quite literally, I was bouncing around Walt Disney World as part of a D23 event, the Spooktacular Spotlight. It's part of the D23 Spotlight series for gold members. In this particular instance, we started at Disney Springs bright and early in the morning, got on a bus, went to Hollywood Studios, technically, so when they said before opening, they made it sound like you were going to get it there like way before everybody else. It was very much stay in your group as we go in with everybody else and go see Villains Unfairly Ever After. Granted, this was exclusive to the D23 Gold members in attendance. They had that part of the area cordoned off, but you weren't like walking down an empty Sunset or Hollywood Boulevard. It was still full of everybody that morning. But then after the show, you got back on the bus and headed over to the AMC Theater at Disney Springs for the actual panel presentation. You can see the one chair there. So you tell me if that's a panel or if it's a TED Talk. But that is Daniel Joseph, the Imagineer, who is most known for bringing the Hatbox Ghost back to life after so many years of it being absent from Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. He did a whole presentation about what they call illusioneering at Walt Disney Imagineering, talking about Yale Gracie and some of the classic Haunted Mansion effects, as well as Epcot Center effects from the early days in the park. And then it kind of dove into Daniel Joseph's resume, talking about the Phantom Manor 2018 redo, the Hatbox Ghost, more of the Hatbox Ghost, the Hatbox Ghost again, and then
the Hatbox Ghost boxes again.
Yes, and a bit more. You could read my recap on Laughing Place. It does get a little bit more towards the end, a bit of a review, because my thing with D23 Gold member events is those are usually the pinnacle, like the deep divers of Disney lore and fandom. And a lot of the stuff that was covered in this particular one is stuff that's been kind of shoved down your throat again and again and again on Behind the Attraction, on the Imagineering story, on any other kind of consumable content from Disney themselves. So
for Unfairly Ever After, did people vote for the villain that usually doesn't win, since it seems like there's usually one villain that does win?
So I'm going to say yes, but and my statistically by now, the villain I've never seen win is actually Cruella. But so I've seen it. This was my fourth time. Most of the time, Maleficent wins. One time I was in there and they were doing a social media filming session, and they had everybody in like pirate hats and the plastic hooks on their hands. I'm like, okay, so Captain Hook's going to win this one. And sure enough, he did. And then at the D23 one, spoiler alert from the recap, Captain Hook did win again. So I was surprised, but I think it was because he genuinely got the crowd excited. Gotcha. Like he was like, come on, everybody, like started like going for it. But Maleficent did not, and neither did Cruella. So.
Well, in addition to that, Tony also just put out his Laughing Place on location, perhaps from Paris. We don't know. It's a little up to interpretation there.
Gio loved it, so thank you for that, Gio.
I did as well. When you told me the idea for this, I'm like, so it's an on location bottle episode. You're like, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. So I like how it came out. You do get to see some cool parts of Paris, but I like the conceit of this episode as well. So be sure to check that out on our channel.
To kind of plug it, and I saw Doobie and Rebecca last night and their son Gideon, and Gideon said he watched the opener, just that first bit right before the title card, and he's like, I'm gonna watch the rest later. I need to watch it later. So
fair enough.
I'm happy it's going over well. I thought it was pretty different than the rest. So
yeah. Well, as I mentioned, our own Mike Mack dove into the news we got from NYCC and looked at This Is What about Marvel's Wonder Man is, and kind of how this series is a bit different than that, but you get a little bit of history about what Wonder Man is all about. And then also VisionQuest, he looked at everything we know about the series so far, perhaps some speculation on his part, being a knowledge source for Marvel. And then of course we also have firsthand coverage from Alex, who was at NYCC. So this just happens to be his write-up of the Marvel television presentation. I don't know if there's more than one person, so I guess I can say panel. But yeah, no, it's not really a panel. Now, they don't just sit there the entire time. It's one of those things where they're bringing people out. So this is just one of several articles that we have from New York Comic Con over the weekend. So be sure to check all of those out. And Tony wasn't the only person visiting a D23 event at Walt Disney World this weekend. Our own Luke Manning was also at one of them for the Bucket List family. I don't know what that is, but you can find out more in in his article. Looks like it's also at the AMC.
I think that was the day before ours. So I feel like a lot of the AMC theater business now is D23 Gold member events.
Definitely seems like that between the screenings and these special events. And then finally, last week we told you about price increases, and that includes the Disneyland Resort. But unlike Walt Disney World, it's way easier to see how much things are going to be at Disneyland. So I have gone through the different tiers, breaking out the dates. So I can tell you the cheapest days to visit the Disneyland Resort and the most expensive days so far. I'll keep updating this each month as new dates come out. But yeah, if you're wondering if you want to work in reverse and figure out the best time to visit Disneyland based on how much it'll be for a one-day park ticket, remember that 2 and beyond that is all one price. But yeah, this way you can do that.
Can we do that with Florida too?
I don't think I can.
It would be substantially more difficult, yes.
This was already hard enough, and by hard I mean it was just time consuming.
And the rest.
Tony.
Yeah,
Grand Floridian.
The Grand Floridian, nobody knows nothing, right? So people complain about how modernization, how modern and like modern refurbishments at the Disney hotels are kind of bland and whatnot. But here comes Grand Floridian with an influx of color, big floral designs as they renovate the lobby.
This is pretty. I like this.
That's very pretty. And I like the wood panel above it between the two, with the Grand Floridian logo. But there's a big pop of color now thanks to a new carpet that's being installed, new furniture. Yeah, it's I think it looks great. It looks very elegant and Victorian compared to like how when it first started, the hotel back in the late 80s. But others online are saying, well, this is too much. This is so you can't please anybody. But
yeah, because the big yo-yos and Rubik's cubes you walk through while going to your room at Pop Century, those are tasteful.
Yeah, no, the I love the 80s puked up a hotel. Yeah. No, I personally am looking forward to, they did take out the birdcage to some controversy, but they are replacing that same look and style with a new bar that is still in progress. But I look forward to it. I just hope it's all done by Christmas time, which I kind of allude to in the article, because it's not Christmas at Walt Disney World Resort unless you have the giant gingerbread house and Christmas tree in this lobby. And I don't know how
said not to expect it.
Have they said that?
I thought that they said that back when this project was first announced, but maybe they're looking to surprise and delight. But I also don't know why it would take them that long to build the bar.
Because right now, if you look at it, it's not walls like it was. It's like curtains hanging off of rods. So
yeah,
it can easily come down as needed. So
yeah, hopefully. I mean, if they can build a 7 brew in like a week, I think they could finish up this bar.
The point of this is to say this is still ongoing and we don't know an end date. I just hope it's by Christmas time. So
yeah. Well, in other Walt Disney World Resort hotel news, the Sangria University, which is a thing that I'm guessing most people haven't heard of. I hadn't heard of it, but it is on the move. This is a popular course, so I guess some people have heard of it. It goes over the history of sangria, and then of course includes tastings of 4 sangria offerings accompanied by a light appetizer, because don't want to get too drunk.
Yep.
This is currently over at the Three Bridges bar, which not familiar with, quite honestly, but it's moving over to Topolino at the Destino Tower, starting December 13th, which is Taylor Swift's birthday and my mother's-in-law's birthday. So that sounds like an upgrade to me, based on my limited knowledge of such things. What do you think?
It does sound good. I'm just checking. You mean Toledo is the
name
name
of
of it?
Nope, I put the wrong thing. That wasn't in the article is correct. I just typed the wrong thing. Yes,
Topolino is Riviera.
That's why I put Holy Toledo as my teaser in when I put it into do, and then I forgot. So thank you, fact checker. Was that Al or was that Tony?
That was Al.
Thank you, Al. Yeah, sorry, Toledo.
Yeah, you threw me off when you said Toledo. I'm like, that's Riviera, but I just wanted to confirm it is.
Well,
Toledo.
I also confused Destino and Red Robin. So yeah, that's what the logo looks like to me. It always has. Anyway,
fair enough.
Now we're just going down a rabbit hole. But speaking of alcoholic adventures that you can have at the hotel resorts, this is over at Disneyland. Trader Sam is bringing back its Mixology seminar for the holidays. This includes shows you how to craft incredible drinks on the menu, and includes one alcoholic or non-alcoholic, or includes one alcoholic and one non-alcoholic recipe. A special mug will be given out, including the holiday zombie mug, which is exciting. Seminars take place on November 17th and 19th, and they'll be available to book in just a few days, October 16th. And each of there's 3 times, 4, 6, and 9 p.m. on those 2 dates. Of course, you must be 21 or older to participate. And this is $179 plus tax and gratuity.
Oof.
So sounds like a fun event, but
that's more expensive than the one I did on the cruise ship.
It'll still probably sell out quickly. So if you want to do that, get on top of
it. The fun stuff.
Different Disney hotel. Disney's Contemporary Resort. We spotted some new monorail themed merchandise, including headbands and lug baggage. They're pretty exciting. They range around $30 to $40, depending on what you're looking at here. But yeah, it's fun because the monorail and the earband there does pop off. What I'm a little surprised by, but also kind of pleasantly surprised by, is that they pay tribute to the resort as a whole. They even have the logo from the 90s on some of the stuff. But it's now stuff you would find on any Etsy product, but that is the logo from the Contemporary that dates back to the 90s or so. But it's not. The hotel itself has an Incredibles theme for whatever reason. And I'm glad that didn't carry over to the resort specific merchandise in this instance. But that monorail bag, I'm assuming, will populate. Well, because that says Disney Contemporary Resort on the back. Yeah. So maybe that won't show up elsewhere, but definitely head over there to get your hands on that one, because I'm sure that'll be people are loving these lug bags, and I think that'll be the next one that people want.
Can I tell you a little inside LP about how stupid I am and how I haven't spent as much time at Walt Disney World as you might think? So Luke was at that D23 event, and then he's like, is there anything else you want me to do? I'm like, well, there's just cool merchandise at Contemporary, but that's going to be such a pain to get to. Me thinking that he was going to have to go to like some other resort and then catch a bus to Magic Kingdom and then go over to Contemporary. He's like, they have buses from Contemporary to Springs and back. I'm like, that's a good point. Go ahead and do that then, because that sounds way easier.
In a reverse, that's one of the hot tips I give to people sometimes, is just take a bus from Disney Springs and go to Contemporary and watch Magic Kingdom. So.
Yeah, I might have to do that in the future, because that is a good tip. Yeah, like when we got our last time we went to Contemporary, we were eating at Steakhouse 71, and I'm like, let's take the time to go around the monorail loop and see everything while we are allowed to park here. And I'm like, oh wait, this is way easier to access than I give it credit for. I don't know
off the rails a little bit. Speaking of drinks and Disney hotels, have you ever done the monorail crawl?
No, because I don't really drink. So
that's fair. Yeah, my wife did that the other day as part of her sister's birthday present celebration. So I thought that was funny.
Nice. All right, Tony, this is a pretty short one today. Both of these are weird, so just heads up. On this day in 1960, Walt Disney was in Marceline, Missouri to dedicate this.
A barn?
No.
Oh. Walt Disney in 1960, a tree? The Dream Tree thing?
No. So you see, you're talking about all the lore that they lean into now in modern day Disney to be like, this is the tree that Walt sat under and dreamed of. And the barn that isn't actually his barn, but we built it to look like the barn. This is an actual thing that I've been to.
The Ace Hardware?
No.
Oh. No, I got nothing.
Walt Disney Elementary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's 8 of those in California. Did he dedicate those ones?
There's one. If I had a kid, they would go to Walt Disney Elementary School here in Springfield. Not by choice, it's just by school district.
Mm-hmm.
On this day in 1987, the first ever Disney legend was named. Who is he?
Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray. Yep. That's all for today. I mean, there's some other small things, but that was really it.
I almost said Fess Parker, but I knew it was a different F.
great info from the thing. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at today's. Let me just refresh this real fast. Make sure.
Have you seen that video pop up yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's a whole thing going on our Slack channel right now, but we're going to take a look at Sorcerer Streak. Yesterday, we asked tomorrow, well, actually, let me go back even further. We asked about Tron Ares. Will it make 15 million? It did not. It made 14.3 on opening day, including the Thursday previews. National Gumbo Day was on yesterday, and we asked about Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland exceeding 60 minutes. It exceeded 90 minutes. It got pretty busy yesterday. Yesterday's question was about tonight's football match between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders and who will win. So hopefully you locked in Commanders because that's the odds-on favorite. But this season's been crazy. We could all have egg on our faces. But then today's question is that tomorrow, October 14th, back in 1926, Winnie the Pooh was first published. Will the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh ride at Magic Kingdom reach a wait time of 50 minutes or more by 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow? Tony, what do you think?
Probably.
Yeah, it was a little bit higher than that, but it was on the weekend, so I moved the line a little bit. So I think yes is a good answer, but you never know with these things. Weird things happen.
It is a weekday, though.
It is a weekday. Also, I learned that this links automatically, and that made me happy. As we learned from the weekend, I know a little bit of HTML to get by, but still mess it up. Looking at our leaderboard, Jeremy Parker just hopping into first place. Would be a back-to-back-to-back victory if this result holds. So yeah, we all gotta chase Jeremy here. He's got a streak of 5. Luke has a streak of 3. Nikki B in third. Fa 33 and Jamokley, as I like to say it, Doobie in 6th. So right now, Nikki, Fa, and Jamokley would be in the running for the second prize.
I love that Jamokley music video where he's sliding all over the place.
Yeah, Virtual Insanity, I think.
Yep, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I also love that Jamokley song in Napoleon Dynamite. Iconic scene. Anyway, thank you all for watching. No Park Talk today, as far as I know of. And I don't know when we'll be doing another morning show, but rest assured.
I did ask before he left a little bit ago, but yeah.
Oh, darn. Sorry I missed that comment, Fred. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back soon. And just have to take a look at the schedule. But thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell so you know whenever we go live. And we'll see you real soon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.